Could it be possible that humans are the hybrid species? And in fact, we are the invaders? We are the, how shall we say, the virus? Could it be possible? I also would like to put this out there. Could it also be possible that we are still evolving from something that we may not have even thought about? I want you to think about for a second of this simple fact. Reptiles and birds have a similar, and these are chromosomes, in structure, just like mammals do, something that we all share. So reptiles and birds are very closely related to one another. Could it be possible that what we have in Genesis is a story of multiple species? If you take the study of just on the angelic subject, seraphims are exactly that, serpents, giant serpents. And if you do cherubim, more bird-like, it appears that the misconception that angels look like humans could be very, very wrong. It would appear that between the avian and the reptilian, they appear to be the dominant species. And no matter how many times we see the artist paint, it's always with the reptile, the serpent. Why? Have we truly missed something here that, well, that as their species continue to evolve, our species has continued to evolve? The evidence is becoming overwhelming that there is a race of reptilians on this planet and have been from, if not the beginning of when we got introduced, to much further than that. Even the Anunnaki, the Sumerians, these are not humans. Again, more of the avian to reptilian. And we marvel the cone of life. And again, notice all the things, folks. Advance intelligence. We don't know what they look like in reality. Very hard to determine. We know this. They're reptilians everywhere. Everywhere. And then you can get a combination of both bird and serpent, reptile. Da Vinci seemed to be onto something. He knew something. Or maybe he was a reptilian. We know this. He was unlike any other Homo sapien. Now, granted, he did many of these illegal dissections on humans and animals, but how else does one learn the anatomy? A brilliant mind? Maybe one of the most brilliant. We knew that he saw things differently. A master alchemist? Yes. But how much more? Many believe he was trying to send us a message. And it has been well known that when you put the images side by side of his works, they seem to produce the most interesting images. These are real. It's very well possible they are us. Throughout history, the serpent and humans have interacted, whether it be on an esoteric level, whether it be on a political stage, whether it be played out into the drama of life itself. We always find our next of kin. Da Vinci was telling us something very much that we need to be aware of. But of course, we don't believe in such fairy tales today. Why, we've evolved above that. Just makes it more easier to keep the truth in plain sight. Most humans will never accept it anyway. We can't handle the reality that we are the only species here. We are the top of the food chain. We are the most evolved. Maybe we're the most regressed. Now, what was John trying to say here? I've seen this before. And if you go back and look at my videos, you will see this in the most remarkable place. This very image. Take a good look. If you can't find it, put it in your comment section and I will show you. So what's going on here? You can say, well, maybe it was a guy just having some fun. No, he was trying to tell us something. In fact, many artists of the past were able to see. Mere coincidence? I think not. Again, it would appear that this particular species been here long before you and I came along or any of our ancestors. Could it be the Samaritan story played out? That these deities are more reptilian than bipedals? Don't know. I can tell you this, though. Our brains still have the remnants of what our reptilian species has. Why? Why is that? Oh, it gets even stranger. The thing about us is that we have many of the same characteristics of our avian and reptilian brothers, sisters. Why is that? Oh, some say, I don't believe in evolution. Well, I can dig that. But the problem is we have some very interesting legacies about our bodies. Our bodies still resemble that of a reptile. You doubt me? Yes. More common than what you may ever think. Many humans still are born with tails. Now, in many places in most industrialized nations, they remove it. But don't think for a second that this is somehow an aberration. If anything, it's a latent gene. Because it's very clear that our species, humans, have much more in common with reptiles than you can imagine. I have seen this a number of times. It's much more common than any of us can imagine. Why? Where did this come from? Could it truly be that the story that the serpent seduced the human and there was a mixing? What we do know is this, ladies and gentlemen, from our brains to our tails, it would appear that we carry a lot more of them than maybe they carry of us. So who was here first? I think the question that has to be thought about, are humans the hybrids? And are we still evolving? Are we seeing the evolution of our species before our very eyes? Is it possible that all humans at one time had tails? The remarkable thing is, when you look at our anatomies, you begin to see that there's a past that maybe no one has really written about.